Welcome back. We have a special fun collaboration video today.
We always get asked to do collaboration videos.
And this one is right up our alley.
Yes,
so,
it is.
A bunch of YouTubers are in on this. We'll throw them all down in the description. But today we're doing a special backcountry cooking video.
Yeah, it's like no rules, I guess.
No rules, just right.
No rules. So we're using stuff that we would carry, or that we have readily available to carry. We might not always carry this stuff on all of our backpacking trips, but we have before.
Yes.
So
the concept here is backcountry cooking using backpacking gear. What's the best we can do? This is something that's right up our alley.
Yep.
So Chef Andy, take us through the menu today.
Okay, so what do we got going on? Okay, so I think the biggest thing that we're gonna do, and kind of the main course, is we're going to center it around trout.
Catch and cook, baby.
Yeah, catch and cook. So, you know, Kevin and I have been at the trout stream lately, so I think we got a fillet of rainbow trout and a fillet of
brook. I think a brook and a rainbow.
A brook and a rainbow. So we're gonna cook that bad boy up. We're gonna cook up a nice side of maybe some like herb roasted potatoes.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you know what else we're gonna do?
What are we gonna throw on there?
Yeah, well, I don't know what else we're gonna throw on there, but we're gonna bust out the dry baking stuff. We're gonna make some cornbread.
So we got fresh caught cooked trout, we've got fresh cooked potatoes, and we've got some cornbread. Everything's gonna be cooked using backpacking stuff. So let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
So in order to cook the cornbread, we're using a dry baking setup. We're cooking some Jiffy Mix corn muffin mix in there today. We're gonna do the trout on the Vargo Firebox grill. So we have a couple trip videos where we use that. It's a really nice wood burning stove you can grill on. So that's how we're gonna do the trout.
We're gonna do the herb, I guess, roasted potatoes. We're actually gonna do that on a Snow Peak canister stove, and I got the MSR, I think it's the quick skillet for those potatoes. So yeah, so those are the setups we're using. We've got some red skin potatoes that I've just quartered, and we've got it in olive oil, and then I've got rosemary, thyme, salt, and pepper. That's just your extremely basic, you know, herb roasted whatever potatoes. I'm gonna try to brown these in the skillet, but these are gonna take the longest, so we gotta get them going. But yeah, these will be delicious. So we're gonna do this on the canister stove because this is gonna take the longest. So let's get started. Cover it.
How are those potatoes looking?
Starting to fry up. We're gonna cover it, keep the heat in there. All right, so let's move on to the Firebox grill. And you know, we're just breaking up some twigs here that we found. We're gonna use a fire starter because it's just easier. Firebox grill takes a little bit to go. We wanna get it down to some coals so that it'll cook the fish real nicely, so. There we go. So we're gonna do the trout just in tin foil. I got a little bit of, well, not a little, I got way too much. I got way too much olive oil, but that's all right. Just olive oil, salt, and pepper on this beautiful trout. Now, I'm gonna rant a little bit about trout. Like, people try to go crazy with fish and different types of food when it comes to like seasoning. I personally think simplicity is better for fish. Just salt, pepper, a little bit of oil. This is too much oil. Maybe butter. We could have done butter. Don't go crazy on it. Obviously, do whatever you like. Do whatever works for you. If you like all sorts of crazy stuff on it, go for it. I personally think trout tastes the best with just salt, pepper, and just a little bit of oil or butter. So that's what we're doing.
All right, the last entree we need to prep, I guess more of a side dish, is we're gonna dry bake some cornbread. Now, I have a whole video on dry baking. I'm not gonna talk about the specifics today. I'm using about 1/2 cup of cornbread mix with about an ounce and a half of water. Mix that all together and we load it in the dry baking setup. So let's get some cornbread. A real quick overview of dry baking. Dry baking 101. Here's our cornbread mix. Gonna add about an ounce and a half of water to that. Mix it all up. I've got a 3-inch cake pan right here, and I'll use some of the olive oil from the fish, or from the potatoes actually. Grease that up. Then you throw the mix in the cake pan. Now I have my trusty Zelf Fancy Feast stove here, and what I have is the Zelf simmer ring. So when you put this ring on the stove, it gets a nice simmer that allows the mix to just heat at a slower temperature, so you get a nice rise and you get a nice muffin. Like I said, if you want to see more dry baking stuff, check out our dry baking video where I actually make this cornbread. But we're gonna get that going, get the mix in the cake pan on the simmer ring and let that go for about 15-20 minutes, and then our cornbread will be ready. We've got our greased cake pan. We've got our mix that's got water in it. So mix is going in the cake pan, which is then gonna go in my Snow Peak pot, which has got some spacers in there so that the cake pan doesn't sit right up against the flame of the stove. Looks good.
Did you like smooth that out or anything?
Now, I mean, if you want it to look nice. It's all ready to go. Now we wait about 15-20 minutes.
All right, let's check it.
Quick check on the fish.
See where we're at.
Ooh, God, I can smell it. Oh, that looks real good.
Yeah, let's see where we're at here. Oh yeah, we're good. We're golden. I'm gonna heat up the potatoes since they're done already. Just get some warm potatoes and these bad boys are done. Oh, almost done. But we're just gonna let these sit now, covered.
One final check-in on the cornbread. Let's see what we got. Ooh, look at that.
Oh yeah. Trout is done.
Looks like we are done. Might have a little burning on the edges, but overall, that's a good looking piece of cornbread.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Just put it on the side.
Here's our final meal. I spilled the cornbread a little bit when it came out, but as you can see, it's done, ready to go. We got the fish, we got the potatoes, we got the bread. Look at that. Well, there you have it. Man, is this good.
Yeah, it turned out really good. You know, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you know, you're not gonna go out in the woods and make a 5-star, 5-course meal.
Oh my God, trout is so good.
Yeah, trout's good. Potatoes are good. Cornbread fell apart, but who cares?
I mean, considering we cooked all of this with stuff we can and do backpack with,
yeah,
that's pretty good. And we caught the fish ourselves.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching this little cook and catch, pseudo cook and catch. I mean, we caught the fish, we don't have any footage of it, but check out our Instagram if you want to actually see pictures of that. Check out the other videos in this series. We don't really know what they're making, but I know they'll be good.
Not as good as ours.
Not as good as ours. But that's it for this little backcountry cooking collaboration video. We have tons of videos on cooking. Check them out if you're interested in more backcountry cooking related things. Eating's our thing, so by default, kind of cooking's our thing too.
Yeah, I gotta hurry up and eat this so we can watch all the other videos.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody on the next one.